All right, we'll get started here in a moment. And let's refresh this. There we are. Okay. So we're going to pick up right where we left off last time. And get this thing to behave. There you go. Get in there. And let's flip this thing over. Okay. Welcome back. Had to do some things around town, and I found out something kind of interesting today. I'll save that for when there's some more people. But I actually went to one of the places I normally get things, and have an interesting story to tell. We will wait till some more folks show up here, so it's not wasted. But so we fit. Huh? What was that? I feel like a vibration. Weird. Like a power thing. Okay. I have a vibrating table. Who knows what other uses that might have. So we've got this guy nearly complete, the spearman. But we're going to go ahead and base the knights, and that way they'll be complete. So move these spearmen off to the side and get this chocolate brown. There it is. And we want to use a brush that maybe we don't love so much. All right. So we're going to put the base color down of the ground cover here on these knives. And we use Vallejo chocolate brown. Not always, just this army. Not always. Now, we've already done some of the brown around the base of the figure, so we don't have to get all up in there as much. And we're not going to thin this down at all. We're just going to put it in and get some coverage on here. And I'm going to paint the edges of these guys black, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it brown, and then we'll go black as well over it. So this just keeps me from getting paint on my fingers, and then I carry it around to something else, maybe grab a different portion of figures, and the next thing you know, I've got paint on the figure. I want to avoid that. Are all the figures for this army alternative armies, old tabletop games? Most of them are. The Pope isn't. The skirmishers are not. I don't know if you saw the other day where I put I believe these guys. This guy is a Naismith. This is an Essex. an Essex, another Naismith, and an Essex. So that's the skirmishers. The two stands of spearmen are tabletop. The Pope is going to be a mixture of different figures on there. The Fast Horde is going to be a mixture of things. So no, not the just the knights happen to be tabletop, and same thing with the spearmen. But I like using a mixture of figures when it's an irregular looking army. You know, the spearmen are basically they're mercenaries. They just showed up, and it's like that's my fluff for those guys. You know, they just showed up and they were issued equipment that matches them. So I think the alternative figures are full of character. Yeah, I like them. I don't like that it's one figure per pack, but they sell them by the each. So that is the perfect combination for me. I like to mix and match these irregular feudal hosts, feudal mercenary hosts. Let's see if Marco is going to come on here because I've got something for him. I went around town and I've got some news for him regarding sealer, the sealant for he was looking for it in Texas and couldn't find it. I first started using Model Master. It was called Model Master, and I don't have any of the bottles of it anymore. It came with like a silver label, and I used gloss. And what I started doing actually was semi-gloss. I was just doing semi-gloss. I don't know. This was pre-internet, so people couldn't share their ideas as well as they can now. But I was using two coats of semi-gloss. Then I graduated to using a gloss and then a flat, and then I've added the brush-on flat since then. And the Model Master flat and gloss have gone through iterations of change multiple times. They've discontinued them. There's other things that took their place with different labeling. They went to the old school testers type thing. They're just playing games. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is. I know that testers got bought out by a company called Rust-Oleum, and they discontinued a lot of their paint lines just to kind of be more efficient or reduce their inventory or whatever reason that they had. The problem is now I've gone to the store. Now I've gone to Hobby Lobby, which is the only place that has it, and they no longer have. If you watched my varnishing video, I was out of the gloss pretty low. They didn't even have any more of it in the store. So I don't know what the hell's going. So I go to Hobby Lobby and I'm gonna try this stuff here. I didn't really had no option other than this. They did have a gloss coat that was brush on like this, but I want to use a spray so that I can be done in not a heck of a lot of time. I don't mind putting one thick coat on the figures when I'm done, but not in between. So this is apparently this is acrylic, UV resistant clear. So we're going to use this, and this is the gloss. So we're going to use this as the base color, as the base spray with the gloss, and then we'll use the other flat stuff. So we'll see how that works out. We're going to test it on one figure and make sure it doesn't have some kind of a weird reaction or something like that. But again, they just discontinued stuff. It's just a constant issue. And you can't mail order that stuff because the post office doesn't want to deliver it because it's flammable or hazardous. I can't. You can't mail it to each other. It's just a pain in the butt. So didn't used to be a problem in the 80s, but we'll give that a shot. They also made Krylon and smaller ones, but they were like $4.99 for maybe a quarter of this or even less. So I figure for $10 this is plenty. So we'll see if made in the USA with global materials. And you know what that means? Who knows? But we're going to give that a try because we don't want to run out of this stuff. And they also had their own kind of brand, but I don't want to skimp on that. I don't want to use something that's cheapo and then it messes up the figures, or it gets too thick of a mist or something like that. And I have no interest in buying an airbrush. I don't want to spend the time cleaning it. It's pain. I've used an airbrush before, but it's been many, many years. So this morning, I think it happened before my video. I got a really bad, well, not a really bad cut, but I got a cut here on my finger from the aluminum foil on the top of a yogurt container that I had for breakfast. So I guess this is healed up, but now I'm starting to feel this. Like, what's that sting come from? Oh, that's right. That's the aluminum foil cut that I got from the yogurt container. Oh, here we go. We're gonna have to make coffee, aren't we? That's why I don't mind answering questions and going off on tangents, because it kind of keeps me awake. We missed one side over here to paint up. Yeah, so I had to go do returns. I had to go return something I had ordered from Amazon that when I ended up getting it, it was basically made in China. So I'm returning that. And then I couldn't return it in the normal place I normally do, which is a store called, department store called Kohl's. I had to go to Whole Foods, which is a store I really don't have much of a use for. But it's better than going to the post office and mailing it back, so. See, even with painting all the way up to the very bottom base of the horses, it's still difficult to get in between these horses. Not saying it can't be done, but it's inconvenient, so. Oh man. Falling asleep here. Well, I got about 5 hours of sleep last night, which is kind of what I always do. Sleeping is unfortunately a necessary waste of time. And this needs to dry just a tiny bit before we do dry brushing, because we don't want to pull any of this color into the dry brushing. Okay. Let's do the other stand. Yep, today was another rainy day. I have a feeling it's going to be a whole week of that again. But at least I didn't have to be at work dealing with paperwork. So, the saga continues. Of the rain or the painting? Yes. By the way, I uploaded the video was ready, the blind general, after we did the morning painting session. So I'm not sure if any of you guys got a chance to check that out. Please do so. It's a really cool way to play the game. Whew, man. All right, we're gonna have to do something about that. I think I have some leftover coffee. I'll be right back. All right. Those bases look thicker than you normally use. It's an optical delusion. They're exactly the same. The figures are smaller. Absolutely. Yep. These are close to truer 15s. Now, we do not need to go take a nap. None shall nap. Put a little more down here. I'm honestly pretty surprised that the litter doesn't cost 2 pips to move. But I didn't make the rules. Oh, man. Let's chug the rest of this. So you have two wedges of knights in my medieval German army. They are well painted, but I need three wedges, and the third, museum miniatures, look so much larger that I'm replacing them. Yeah. Yeah, the museum guys are pretty darn big. Man, I hope I don't have to disconnect because I'm falling asleep. Falling asleep in the middle of the day. 4:30 in the afternoon. But I've almost been up 12 hours. Nearly. I got too much stuff I want to do to be sleeping on the job. You like that size better, but you have to roll with the changes. You mean the old school figures that are smaller? I like them both. I've never had a problem putting figures on a stand because they were too big and they didn't fit, except for the museum camels. Those guys were really stretched out. Really stretched out. You deepen the base for the museum camels. That creates a different issue. I don't, you know what the solution I did with? I just didn't use them. I just didn't use them. It's a shame. They're nice figures. Maybe you could like crush them a little bit and put them at a tiny little bit of an angle, but they're just, you know, they're definitely look like they're sprinting for the finish line and in some kind of a race. Okay, what do we got left here? Stuff underneath here. Okay, here's the other stand knights. Just have them sit by it. Yeah, I need a pick me up. So these things will dry. We got this spearman nearly done. We're gonna do some painting in the morning for sure, for sure. But we'll see how this spray Krylon works. It's really the only game in town, so try it on something else that isn't so critical like a figure. Here. Yeah, I've got those. I think they make 3 or 4 packs of them. Those camels, and I've done not a damn thing with them. Not a damn thing. I'm going to, at some point, going to have to organize all my extra figures because they're freaking everywhere. But I think what I have is, I kind of know when I got them and what they're with, but there's just, I got stuff all over the place. You know, I got extra stuff that I got from Marty. I got that big box of so many damn figures here for these guys. You have other older camels that do fit proper bases, but I like the look of the larger ones better. If I ever have an opponent that complains, I'll just bring out the old units. Just get a better opponent. Hun light archers. What the hell does that Hun list look like anyways? Where's my rule book? Where's my rule book? I needed a Hun light horse anyways for my Byzantines. I got cavalry to do the Byzantines. I picked them up at a real discount at the Historicon. Well, the last Historicon they had on flea market for. Well, I better look in the guide and see what Hun, because I don't remember. Hunnic Army 280. A lot of different options here. Well, the Power Army is Attila. Unfortunately, I can't use them for Fast and Furious because they got a damn knight. Oh, they got solid warband too. Okay. I would have to use. Oh wow! Saber Hunnic Army can have a cav general, 6 light horse, and then 5 warband or 4 bow or solid bow. So solid warband or solid bow. Oh. Huh. The Saber Huns provided both Byzantines and Sassanids with mercenary infantry that were exceedingly ferocious and rapacious, and good at siege work. Okay, so I've got a bunch of these skirmishers for the Huns. I didn't know they were able. I wasn't able. I didn't know that they were actually able to have both. There's bowmen right here, and they've got like these capes on there that look like they're very warm. Oh, and here's spearmen for the warband. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to. Okay, so what's this Hunnic Army consist of? I'm gonna try to get involved with something to wake up a little bit. That's what I did the other day, and I was pretty successful at it. You want to check out some Huns? Let's check out some Huns. And this is an army, when I go and build these Huns, I'll pick up some of the forged in battle guys to mix in with them. Let's see what we got here. Looks like there's cavalry on one end and infantry on the other. Well, let's see what they consist of. All right. These are like the Elan figures. Like if you look in the catalog for Elan, it's these guys. So I got that pose, this one. So he's got these javelins, plus they're equipped with bows as well. Let's see what we got here. That's a different pose. Those are the same. I happen to like that they're already on a damn horse. That's something else I don't have to do. That's another step. You know, so Marty supposedly got these figures a long time ago, and I was afraid that the compound that they were cast in was going to be a little on the soft side, but that's not the case. These are pretty hard. Here's another Elan. It looks like there's two. Okay, so this is the makeup of these. Let's flip the other side and see what we got here. All right, these are the warband looking dudes. Oh, and yet these guys aren't molded on that. They're separate. Oh, this guy looks like a Lombard. Got a long beard. This is another Gothic infantry. Okay, so these are all like light horse type figures. Then we got some cavalry here. Another spearman. These are like Gothic bowmen. Okay, this is a different pose. This guy's got the smallest butter knife. Huh. That's part of the command stand, this figure right here. Well, it's a good thing I didn't just get these guys, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. These are Gothic knights. Here's another one. These are all Gothic knights. Oh. Let's get a little baggy. It does look enough for an army. Yep. This is, where's the little thing that said Hunnic Army? It said it here somewhere. No. Oh, we're just gonna put that little tab of whatever the hell that is in there. Did it blow off somewhere? Who knows? Man, I'm struggling here to stay awake. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. How long am I? 37 minutes? Yeah, that's lame. I think I'm gonna take a. I am gonna have to take a nap or something, because I can't take it anymore. So we might come back later. If not, we'll be back in the morning. But anyhow, sorry about that. Kind of a false start. But we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.